Hi, I'm Anna Gesser and I'm answering some of your questions today. I think my favorite snowboard trick is just a simple frontside 360 because it's pretty stylish and you can do it in so many different ways. My favorite snowboard is the Burton Talent Scout because it's a true camber board and I can use it in every terrain. My favorite park in Austria would be Absolute Park and Kreisberg, and both are really fun and it's really good to learn new tricks. I think my favorite city I visited so far is Vancouver because you have everything. You have the ocean and it's only an hour drive to the mountains, and also the people there are really easygoing and it has a good vibe. My favorite food? I actually think my favorite food is Wiener Schnitzel. It always reminds me of home. If you just start snowboarding or if you want to learn how to hit jumps, it's really important to have a good edge feeling, because when you ride up a jump you want to have full control. Another part that's really important is that you know your speed going in, because you don't want to land on the flat and you don't want to go too far. I actually started snowboarding super late. I was already 18 and I started because my cousin was a snowboarder and I just thought it was really cool and they took me under their wing, and so I could go with them every day of that season. I can only say that my favorite snowboard brand is Burton, but it's just they make the best product and they are really good, especially for women, because they have really professional women products. Like the boards are equally as good as men. I think you cannot do these high jumps if you're scared of it. It's good to have respect, and also it's just really important to work your way up so you have the right confidence when doing the high jumps. The most important thing if you want to become good at snowboarding is to just have fun with it, and it's kind of like it should be your passion. Just go as much as you can. I'm really good. It's Bluebird, the sun is shining and I'm on the mountain. I started competing, I think, in 2010. I don't remember. I think actually my first competition was the Tomato Plan B at Lanai. Well, free skiing, they actually copied snowboarding. Like snowboarding was first and then they started to putting the twins up, so who's faking who? Snowboarding is so much more fun and so much cooler. I think in general I'm a pretty happy person, but of course the most happy I am when I'm on the mountain doing what I love, but also just hanging out with my friends or traveling to certain new places, and being with my family also makes me happy. It's for sure not the easiest sport to make a living of, but I would say if you have to be really good, and especially for boys it's getting harder and harder. The hardest trick I ever had to learn was actually not the cap triple, it was the backside 1080, because it took me a lot of tries till I finally could get it. I also got hurt multiple times trying it, so when I finally got it, it was a really good feeling. How I said, it's all about confidence, and you get confidence when you're on your snowboard a lot, and I didn't start with the big jumps right away. I started in the small mini parks, and when I had enough confidence there I went to the big jumps and it worked out. This is hard. I think my first paying sponsors I got after doing the cap double, because before that no one in the industry really knew me. I already was boarding and trying, but I think that was my actual kickoff. I learned my first backflip in powder, so wait for a good day where it snows and you can just send it. First sponsor were actually my parents. I'm from the south of Austria, a small town called Millstadt, and I first started snowboarding at Möltaler Glacier. Really enjoy some time off snow in the summer, but I also like to try to stay active. So I do a lot of trampoline stuff. I like to go swimming and on hikes in my hometown, but I also like to go on some travel vacation, and I also just started surfing, so I hope to get better at that. I don't really have a nutrition plan, but of course I try to eat healthy and have balanced food. Yeah, it's nice. No, it's super nice to be part of the Glutamate team. There are a lot of great riders in the team and they have great support for their family. Actually, I never thought that my career would go like as it went when I started. It all happened really randomly and really fast, so still hard to realize it, I would say. So I can not just name one favorite woman rider because there are so many inspiring ones, but I would say who I really look up to is Maria Thompson, because she just put out a really cool X Games reel snowboard. But there are also a lot of young riders that are sending it in the contest scene, just to name a couple like Heidi Langland, Zoe Synot, and a lot of young Japanese riders are coming up. And also a lot of film girls like Marie Franz-Roy, Desiree Melancon, and yeah, those are some really inspiring riders. I think women's snowboarding has progressed a lot over the last couple of years. From winning with 540s to now you have to do like 2 1080s in a big air to like be on the top of the podium. So it's pretty cool to see how many girls are sending it, and I think it's just gonna get better and better over the next years. And I think for guys, or like for the boys, I think it's more gonna go in a creative direction, because jumps cannot get much bigger and they're already doing triples and some are even doing quads, so I think there's not much room to improve, except for like maybe doing new grabs or even doing like side hits more than normal jumps. And for women I think there's still some room to progress on the jumps, and I think we're gonna see more triples and maybe even 12s in the next couple of years. And it's really cool to see that a lot of competition is the same already. Like actually all the major competitions like X Games and US Open and at these World Cups, it's equal. And I think that's how it should be, because both are trying their best. I think now companies realize that women's sport should be equally as good as men's sport. And especially the board I'm riding, with being a true camber and having a good base, is like really good for performance, and I hope it keeps going that way. Yes, why not? Like I think a good example is Maria being in the X Games real snow, and I think people are stoked on it. So if women should get more chances like that, there should be more movies, and that would also progress the sport. In my future, and I hope a lot of more years of snowboarding. But of course, like competing is gonna get harder and harder for me, so I hope in a couple of years I'm gonna be more in the backcountry and maybe doing some film projects.